Howdy, my name is Jack Prominent, and today I'm going to talk to you or inform you about my story of self-acceptance when I came to A&M and met some good people in my life. So the story begins, obviously, when I was really young. I was, a bit of a sports person. Obviously, I played a lot of sports. I was actually considered one of the top 10 from ages 7 through 12, so every single year. I was considered one of the top 10 baseball players in the country for the youth, which is, doesn't seem like much, but when you're 12 years old at Cooperstown having scouts at your games, it, adds a lot of pressure. I played a lot of football, wrestling, had a pretty bright future when it came to sports, but that's a lot of pressure, especially like growing up in South Lake, a town with just enormous amounts of competition, and being the best already and having the pressure of staying the best is a lot to hold on to. It was hard. It was really hard. I am a very anxious person, so growing up at a young age, I found that anxiety was a big hindrance for me. Sports was always what I've been good at, but anxiety will hold you back from pretty much anything. So I gained about 80 pounds sophomore year of high school, was about this version of me. It was a tough time. It was a dark time. I didn't like myself. I didn't like where I was going. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And then I actually came to A&M, met some really good people who taught me that, sometimes selfish isn't really being selfish. It's caring about yourself. It's caring about like your well-being over other people's well-being, which is something I don't think I really ever did. I only cared about what my parents wanted me to do and just making sure that I made them proud, which is good. That's great, and I love my family. But sometimes you have to think about yourself first, because how can you progress if you're not happy? And those words meant a lot to me. So I started working out every day. I found my new passion, which is climbing, which doesn't sound like much, but for me, it was amazing to get back into something that was athletically incredibly challenging, but then also something that didn't have a lot of pressure and allowed me to just set my own goals and just have fun with the sport, which I didn't really have any experience having, because my whole life was just pressure. And now, I don't really care about pressure. Pressure is what you make of it. Pressure is, what somebody else makes you make of it, if that makes sense. Like, my parents put a lot of pressure on me for something that I didn't even really like. I didn't like baseball anymore. I hated it. And, I learned that it just took me a long time to tell them. And I'm pretty much just saying that you need good people around you to tell you that you can do whatever you want to do. As long as you're happy, you shouldn't feel like you're burdening anybody else. I learned that, if somebody is a good friend, then they'll just support you through whatever you want to do. They won't make you do something you don't want to do. And that A&M really showed me that, there are people out there that are really good people. Don't get me wrong, I like South Lake, but that mentality that I grew up with was terrible for me, and I'm just glad I found acceptance, worth, and happiness here. And I appreciate y'all for listening, and yeah, thank you.